151. Oh yeah, they do. So there's. I'm sorry, 141. 1414 bronze.
Authenticate.
14141 bronze. And so from 1 to bronze, there's an extra 2 measures.
There's a tie.
There's a board. Basically,
There's one for 3 Ds.
4 board. Yeah.
So B flat,
B flat.
for 3 beats.
Okay. 3 beats will pick up the line.
Think redefined band.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Please be seated. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Dalhousie University's Spring Convocation. My name is Frank Harvey, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to be serving as Dalhousie's Provost and Vice President Academic, and I will be your MC for today's ceremonies. And we are all absolutely thrilled to be able to do this in person. So let's... I'd now like to ask Elder Catherine Martin, our Director of Indigenous Community Engagement, to deliver the traditional Mi'kmaq welcome.
Koe, Dalhousie, Weligiskuk, and Madawalukdiok. My name's Catherine Martin, and I'm a member of the Millbrook Mi'kmaq community, and I'm really proud to be here today to welcome the graduates and their families to the Mi'kmaqi land, to the territory of the Ulnu, the Mi'kmaq, and we've been doing the welcoming and sharing of our territory for thousands and thousands of years. So in the last 500, we've seen this new custom coming, which is graduations. And we're very honored to honor you today. I also want to honor our ancestors who were thinking 7 generations ahead when they ensured that the Mi'kmaq would always live their way of the past and the present in their own way through the peace and friendship treaty that we all are part of. And I'd also like to take a moment, because we are so privileged here today, and we know there's people around the world who aren't. And so it's gratitude that we all have for being able to do this, but at the same time, we have to remember in our hearts the children, especially the children whose parents are grieving right now in Texas. And we need to honor them and think of them as well. So if we could have a moment of silence. Wilaliok, Emsit Nogma.
Thank you very much, Kathy, for that beautiful welcome. I would also like to begin by acknowledging that Dalhousie University and our community benefit from and sit on Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. We are very grateful at Dalhousie for our partnerships and our friendships across Dalhousie's campuses, our faculties, and our administrative units. We are grateful for our community leaders, our elders and residents, our Indigenous Advisory Council, our Director of Indigenous Community Engagement, our Indigenous Student Center, Indigenous Research Facilitator in the BP Research Office, Indigenous health programs, inclusive pathways to the medical professions and the health professions, and many other important initiatives and partnerships across our campuses and our faculties and our administrative units, including the faculties of dentistry and the faculties of architecture and planning. We will continue to work on and build on these critically important relationships and friendships because we are all treaty people, and we take these words and our commitment to truth and reconciliation very seriously. We would also like to acknowledge the histories, the contributions, and the legacies of the African Nova Scotian people and communities who have been here for over 400 years. We are grateful for our African Nova Scotian Advisory Council and our Director of African Nova Scotian Community Engagement. There are 2 times on a university campus that are particularly significant. The first is at the start of each year when we welcome our students to campus to begin their programs. And the second, of course, is at the end when we come together as we are today to celebrate the completion of your programs. Now, for many, this day comes with a range of different emotions: sadness at leaving Dalhousie and your Dal community and friends, perhaps eagerness to move on from Dal and Nova Scotia, possibly a little fear and anxiety about the future, and certainly gratitude for all of those who supported and loved you along the way. But among the different emotions you and your classmates are working through right now, I hope you feel pride. You've accomplished what many can only dream of, and you should be very proud of the significant and noteworthy achievements. Completing your degree, particularly in these unique and very challenging circumstances of a global pandemic, certainly gives all of us many reasons to be incredibly proud of your accomplishments. Convocation marks the culmination of years of very, very hard work for our dentistry graduates, countless hours in lectures and simulation labs, learning and mastering the necessary skills to provide oral health care to parents, providing the necessary oral health care to your patients during a worldwide pandemic, reading thousands of pages from books and journal articles and research reports, completing and presenting your research in oral health projects, successfully completing a number of formative and summative exams, including the national board exams, providing much needed oral health care to our marginalized and underserved populations, despite the risks to healthcare workers, and preparing yourself for careers and postgraduate residency positions. And you've made a lot of friends. For our architecture and planning students, you've spent countless hours in studios, lectures, labs, and tutorials, demoed dozens of personal and team projects, engaged in and with community projects, free labs, community-based clients, completed more than 1,000 internship hours during your co-op work terms, made hundreds of drawings and dozens of models, delivered dozens of public presentations, learned how to work collaboratively with others in the studio, learned how to develop and design your own thesis from start to finish, and you've made a lot of friends. But graduates from both faculties have also spent a good part of the last several years balancing school and work and social lives, dealing with fears and anxieties about your program and about your future, taking chances and risks on program choices and courses, dealing with relationships and social pressures, maybe a little pressure from your parents and family. You've been managing your budget and in many cases completing your degree while juggling one, perhaps even more jobs to cover tuition. And I am sure you've all dealt with personal and emotional crises and losses, perhaps losses tied to the pandemic. Your graduation today speaks volumes about your capacity and your willingness to succeed anywhere by applying the life lessons, the skills, the knowledge, the passions, the life choices you've been collecting and living through over the past 4 to 5 years. Again, Convocation marks the end of years of very, very hard work. Don't let anyone tell you after graduation that it's time to, quote, get in the game. You've been in the game for several years, including through the pandemic. These are the reasons that we're celebrating today. These are the reasons your family, your friends, our entire Dalhousie community is so incredibly proud of you. You inspire us. So feel free to make some noise. Congratulations. Family and friends, although we would typically encourage you to move about the auditorium and take as many pictures as you'd like, for health and safety reasons, we'll ask that you stay where you are, stand up, take as many pictures as you'd like. Feel free to share those pictures online through #DalGrad. We have a photographer from Life Touch who will be taking close-up pictures that we will share with you. And as always, Convocation is being webcast, so you can have the pleasure of watching it and sharing the celebration through our Dal website. I'd like to take just a few minutes now to introduce those individuals who will be participating in our ceremony today, starting with Scott Bryson, our Chancellor. Dr. Deep Saini, our President and Vice Chancellor. Dr. Louise Spiteri, Interim Chair of Senate. Dr. Graham Gagnon, Dean of the Faculty of Architecture and Planning. Dr. Benjamin Davis, the Dean of the Faculty of Dentistry. Dr. Marty Leonard, the Dean of the Faculty of Graduate Studies. Catherine Martin, who gave the traditional Mi'kmaq welcome, our Indigenous. Aaron Prosper, a graduate from our neuroscience program and former president of the Dalhousie Student Union. Dr. Fern Craglin, the recipient of the 2021 Rosemary Gill Award, selected to read the oral health profession oath with our graduates who carried the New Dawn staff, leading our graduates to their seats today. And Dr. Rob Loney, Professor Emeritus in the Faculty of Dentistry and our Convocation speaker today. Also on the platform today and in the audience are many other faculty, staff, and administrators, including your associate deans and your VPs and many other faculty members who are so critical to the success of our students and to the academic excellence of our program. So can I ask you all please to stand? Your platform party for today. I would now like to invite Dr. Deep Saini to deliver the President's remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Harvey. Graduates, families and friends, and distinguished guests, a very warm welcome to you all. What a pleasure, what an immense pleasure and an honor to finally have the opportunity to join you in person for this convocation. It's been 2 tough years, but after these 2 tough years, 2 difficult years, long years that kept us physically apart, it is a very welcome return to this important rite of passage. Today's ceremony blends long-standing traditions with appropriate adjustments, such as masks, for example, for the times that we are living through. And they include a nod to the place where Dalhousie is anchored, this beautiful part of Mi'kma'ki that we call Nova Scotia, our home. This ceremony is a celebration of your transition from students to graduates and alumni. But far more importantly, it is a celebration of your achievements. This milestone is a very well-earned personal recognition of your efforts and abilities.